your girl Trinidad with Bitch You Lucky, and I am here with my very, very, very special, beautiful, talented, funny, saucy, spicy.
That's you. That's you.
Nah,
That's you.
That's not she. The real dad shorty, but today she's Nikki, but you don't realize she's both, so.
Hey guys. So I know a lot of y'all know me from Instagram and TikTok as the real dad shorty, the real one, not the fake one. There's only one that's real. But like she said, today I am here as Nikki, and you guys may not know this side about me, so we're gonna get into a lot of things. So
Nikki, we talked about last time, for those who missed it, about how she went viral and the video that, made her go viral, which was about washing your lady parts.
Yes.
And taking care of it. Because I think people just think it's just washing. There's more to it. The proper underwear is important.
Yep.
How tight your drawers is important.
You can't wear T-back every day.
No.
You can't be a hot girl every day. Sometimes you have to put on the bloomers and the big drawers.
Hanes.
And that's okay. Look, they
Fruit in the Loom.
Comfortable.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something.
I'm notorious for granny drawers, so I'm okay.
What? And does West get the bills paid?
That is true too.
Let me tell y'all something. No drawers, big drawers, all kind of drawers, but big drawers will still get bills paid.
Exactly. I wear big drawers. I love my little line on the top. I see Hanes and I see my size, all kind of thing. 5 in a pack for $6.99. I'm good to go.
No, girl, the price gone up. It's $10 now.
Well, I might need to replenish. It's been a while. I might need to replenish. I need to go through the Walmart aisle or Target aisle. I got it.
Girl.
I got it. So you went viral from talking about how to wash your lady parts. Because like you said, a lot of people feel that you have to smell a certain way.
Yeah.
And a lot of these, like you say, songs will make people feel like, oh, let me put lotion down there.
Yeah.
All kind of
I look
stuff like
on
that.
Facebook and stuff, and I see these young girls talking about, oh, you guys or you girls can never smell like me, and they got all these Bath and Body Works products and all these things and perfumes and scented things and Summer's Eve, and I'm like, you are gonna get a UTI. You will get a yeast infection.
Yeah.
Whoa, slow it down. That does not belong there. Mild soap, water, wash, spread the lips, do your thing.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's self-cleaning.
Yeah.
Self-cleaning.
But you know something? My doctor, shout out to Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine. Shout out to Dr. Jackie. She wrote a book actually on it, Queen V.
Thank God.
And it's about your vagina. And she literally talks about everything from washing to, maybe different discharges. I know it's a little extra for y'all, but I'm just telling y'all.
It's important.
She talks about everything to do with your female parts. So y'all might want to check out that book because she talks about every single thing in there, about what it should smell like, what color stuff should come out, what should go in there, what should come out of there. And for some of them who want to push thing in there all the time, the right thing should be in there. She talks about everything in there. No judgment. She talks about everything and just what it should. So yeah, but we're gonna get off the V train.
Not the V train.
we from New York, so I'm used to the train, but I was
train.
on the A train. But that's not we about to get off the V train.
I'm an EJZ kind of girl.
Okay,
you know. Yeah, I was over there.
You was on that side. All right. Well, I was on the A train. I was the last stop, Lefferts Boulevard. So we about to jump off this V train right now, because A upside down is V. So anyway, see, and we're gonna get into some other stuff. So Nikki, let me ask you. So you went viral.
Okay.
And you're doing your thing. Dope ass content keeps coming out every time. It's something, and it's stupidness.
Yeah.
But it's stupidness that we could relate to because growing up, we don't even appreciate our culture. When we get older, like right now, the Caribbean community here in Georgia is on fire.
Yeah.
Like there's all eyes is on Afrobeats and that genre of music. Everything is on Caribbean music.
Yeah.
Soca, you have collabs between Soca and you had Marshall with what's her name, Ashanti some years back. But there's so much collabs going on. So things that we might be like I watched your video when they were smoking and I say, this girl is do some real shit for this, But it's true, and I don't mean to say your content is stupid, but you understand what I'm saying.
But it's so spur of the moment for me. Like it could be something as simple as I had a conversation and in that moment I said something and I'm like, that was content.
But you have the eye for it though. Like you have, and that's a gift because I don't even think people understand. Everybody can make content in the world today, but you have to know when and what type of content to make. And she knows that. She just be like, and the mother come in and give she licks. I mean, I'm just like, this is some real shit. This is the
but
stuff
that is
happens.
an experience that we've all had. Like certain things when it happens to me or I speak upon it, I'm like, oh my God, I need to make that video, or oh my God, I need to make that into a skit or something, because I know that it's not just me that's had that experience.
Yeah.
I know that it's a bunch of us across the Caribbean diaspora that's had that experience growing up. So
Well,
when I put that out,
say-
I'm like, you know, you can relate to it.
I will say I didn't smoke weed until I got older, but I did used to steal my stepdad Newports when I was 15 in high school. Sorry, it was me teething them. It wasn't in the washing machine. It was me. Sorry. I love you, Nari. But
Don't get
just
your
let you know.
looks. Don't beat you.
No. I had like the coolest stepdad in the world, so it's cool. I don't even consider my dad that's my dad. Like I grew up with him since 12 years old when we came from Trinidad. So I've known him my entire life, and
that's the same thing with me. I remember. Sorry, Joan, I'm gonna ear out your business.
Oh God, Joan.
You know,
sorry,
that's Joan is mom. In case you guys don't know, that's
but
mom.
that's mom's, okay.
So my mom, at one point in her life, she did smoke cigarettes, and she stopped, and I'm proud of her for that, because that's not an easy thing.
It's not.
But I do remember at one point she was smoking, and I was in my teens. You know, she would go to work, and I would be home alone sometimes, and you know, you try things, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I know that my mom knew that it was me, because she could never like quite catch me on it.
Yeah.
And then it's that one moment where they catch you, and that's when all hell breaks loose. The cut ass I got.
That's why you know to make them good cut ass videos.
Let me tell you, I remember one day I slammed the door on my mom. Slammed the door in her face.
Of course.
And I locked my bedroom door. I should have knew something was up, because she got real cool. Like, I didn't hear a knob shaking. I didn't hear none of this.
She come through the window.
Nah, she let me go to sleep and everything.
Oh no.
See, when I tell you, I woke up from my nap. I took a nap. I had the audacity to take a nap too.
You was real
Took my
ballsy.
nap. My door is off the hinges. She's sitting in front of the arch with a belt in her. She's just sitting on the floor in front of the arch of my bedroom
Shout
door.
out to Joan for that. Shout out to Joan for that.
Bust my ass 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
Joan, I remember one time I cut school. Joan met me at the corner from where the bus drops you off. And I saw her when the bus pulled up, and I was like, oh crap, let me try to go around the other way. No matter which way I went, she still was outside. She was going to be outside the house with that belt in her hand. The lady said, pass. I know what pass mean.
Yeah, it means you have to pass me with my belt or ruler or wood or whip or whatever, shoe, box, pot, spoon, spatula, whatever you have in your hand, and you're still going to get lashed. So pass now. I'm giving you permission, because if I come to make you pass, it's going to be a whole different kind of cut ass.
You know what I got licks with once? A frozen chicken.
Oh gosh, Joan.
So this wasn't Joan. This was her mom now.
Okay, moms.
So my grandmother, I woke up one morning. This is when I was living in Guyana with my grandparents in my teens. And I woke up one morning, and I'm just not a morning person.
I want to know what kind of trouble you was getting into, because
let me tell you, I was fighting, girl. I was fighting. I was skipping school. I was off the walls. Like, I live in my truth. Nobody can't tell me nothing about myself that I will not already admit to. It doesn't make me feel embarrassed, because without me doing those things and going through that, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be the parent that I am either, where I can relate to my kids, but still be disciplinary and know how to go about doing it. You know, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah,
I'm not,
important.
and I wouldn't do it any differently. I wouldn't.
You shouldn't, and that's important, because I feel like, and I can speak for myself too, I feel like we sometimes forget that we were kids.
Yeah.
As parents, we're like, oh, we're on this parent train. Do. Don't. But then it's like I have a teenage daughter, and I have to be like, you know what? At 17, I was doing?
Yeah.
Oh, she better than me.
Yeah.
Because some things I think back, I'm like, yo.
You ever look at your kids and be like, oh, I did good. Wow.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Shout out to the best brunch in the city. Rum Punch Brunch. Best brunch city. Best rum punch. Thank you guys. Thank y'all all. Y'all knows I love y'all. Dragay, Alan, Ilan. Thank y'all. Had the quick interjection. And real quick, we'll circle back because we are on a flow, but only because we do our cheers, we can say shout out to Rum Punch. But yes, trust me, I look at my daughter and I'm like, she's 17. She didn't do that yet.
Right. Right. You know,
I was 15 doing that.
I'm going to hear things that makes me uncomfortable when it comes to my kids. They're going to want to tell me things, and, you know, I'm not going to like it, but sometimes I got to put my tongue in my cheek and be like, okay. You know, and just kind of let things pass, because it's going to happen regardless.
And your kids are young.
They're still young. My kids are
but
7
it is trying to be slick.
Oh, yeah. Like, now I got a 7-year-old who's, like, talking back and stuff, and it's a lot of attitudes, and I'm like, yo. Like, now he smells like a person, and I'll say to him, you smell like a big hard back man. Please go and bathe and pick up your clothes off the floor. So the other day, he forgot to pick up his clothes, and I said to him, hey, can you get your clothes, please, off the bathroom floor? You don't have a maid. He kissed his teeth. He went in the next room, and all I heard was,
Where's Joan when he need a chicken and he back?
Let me tell you, I snatched this child up. I didn't give you licks. I snatched him up, and I looked at him. We were like this close.
Oh, so you do the ring
and I
and
went
pull.
this, and
the
I
ring
said,
and pull. Okay.
I made your teeth. You have teeth because of me.
Oh gosh.
I would make you swallow all them teeth.
Oh gosh.
Please, depenyates. And it's funny because I'll say things like that, and my kids know what that means. Like I'll say things like depenyates or what kind of itation, like, and they understand that. I think
break
that's
it
so
down for the
interesting.
people who don't know, because first of all, I love your accent. I love Guyanese patois any day. I love all Caribbean patois. I think that we're so different, but we're so alike. We don't even realize how alike we are because we understand each other in the craziest of moments.
Yes.
You could tell somebody that, and I knew exactly what you mean.
Yes.
Without even knowing, like, but what does that word mean? I already knew because of the context you used it, and I was like, oh, I know what you mean.
Like depenyates is like, you know, like be easy, like
Watch
tread
yourself.
carefully, watch yourself,
Yeah.
be easy. And you know, like what kind of itation, like what are you on? Like what's the vibes? What's the problem? What's going on?
We're gonna do
what
a whole
kind of
schooling.
itation you dep on?
You need to do a video on Guyanese patois and break it down.
You know what I will say about Guyanese
Yes.
people though? As much as I love my people and I love my country, it's not a very romantic language. I will give Trinidad that. I will give Jamaica.
Really?
It's not a like. I told my husband one day, I was like, yo, can you imagine me like walking up to you and just like trying to holler at you like, yo, you can get fucked, you know. You could imagine that? Like that's not romantic. It's not a very romantic language.
But I don't even think that. And that's a good conversation because, like, you know, I've never been like really dated much like a Trinidadian man or anything like that. Like Antigua, Jamaica, Panama. I've never really dated a Trinidadian. I'm so sorry. I love y'all, but it's something about, like, I think it's an accent, and then it's the way they approach you. The approach to me is like, are you kidding me right now?
The approach, you know, be a little, like my husband is Haitian, and I have to tell him, like, sometimes just for kicks, I'll be like, can you tell me you love me, but say it with the accent? And he's like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm like, just say it one time. I love you. Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm not saying it. Not like that. Not because you asked me to do it. No.
Yeah.
You know, and for him too, because he's more Americanized than I am. He's first generation as well, but he was born here, raised here. He's never really went back.
But his family's Haitian.
Yeah, so for him,
I can't even imagine that, like, y'all coming together. So you're Guyanese, and that's a very rare, like, mix. You really hear. I mean, and it's crazy that I could even say that. That's rare because everybody's mixed in the world. But there's something with Caribbean people. Even though we're part of the Caribbean, there's so much segregation. Yeah. And there's so much separation amongst us that we don't even realize it. So somebody be like, well, how you end up with a Haitian? I'm sure you've heard that exact same
even
question.
Other Haitian women or other Haitian girls, like when they find out that, you know, my husband is Haitian, they'll be like, your husband is Haitian? And the first thing they ask me is, oh, girl, are you okay? I'm good. I am 9 years deep. I am good. Listen, I had to tell him one day.
Seawater deep.
Let me tell you, so I told him one day, I said, look, I don't know what is doing Port-au-Prince, but in Georgetown, look, I is a bad when I burn down this house.
Oh, God.
Please don't make me bad up this place.
He probably just be like,
he don't even be taking me on.
I'm sure.
That man be like, okay, you got it at your system, you good?
Yeah. That's that first generation for
I
you.
will say, with my family, though, thankfully, my mom's side is a little bit more open to things than my dad's side. My mom's side is more mixed up. They're very all over the place as far as, like, race and religion and all that kind of stuff. So they've been like that for generations. So they're very open-minded.
Shout out to Joan again. You see Joan?
Joan and her family, yeah.
Joan and her family, yes.
Yeah, you know, my father's side is cool, too. I'm still getting to know a lot of my dad's side. But I'm finding out that a lot of my cousins are pretty cool.
That's good.
So shout out to y'all, too. But I will say, when I first told my family, broke the news, like, hey, like, this is my man, and hey, he's Haitian. I remember my grandmother, she was on WhatsApp on a video call.
Oh, gosh.
She still lives in Guyana, and I'm, you know, introducing them, and the conversation went great. And then he passes the phone back to me, and she says to me, but Nick, I forget to ask you.
Oh, boy.
Is where the man family come from? Because, you know, as an older Caribbean person, that's important to ask. She needs to know. Because she wants to make sure that he has brought up sea.
Yes.
So
tell people what that word means, because
brought
people don't even
up sea. It says
good manners.
To have good manners, indicating that someone was brought up well.
Yes.
Have manners and respect.
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all learned a new word today.
Even when
Shout out
yes.
to Carib Lingo. First of all, let me stop right there. Because when I saw this shirt, first of all, Raul, we love you.
Yeah.
You know.
For real.
It's like, for real. It's deep.
Family.
Yes, for real. Like, that man is a heaven sent, and I will say that on camera. Listen, let me tell your wife one time, I love your husband, and I love you too. Nah, but for real, Raw is like heaven sent. When I saw that shirt, when I tell you, like, I saw him in a pop-up. Well, first of all, I know Raw for a while, because he had another clothing thing, and back then I was cute, and I did model and thing.
You're still cute. Don't
now a little old, and a little meat on my bones, but
she's still looking good.
The man used to use so much of the same pictures. Zari was like, Mom, it's the same picture. But back then he had a different brand. He was doing different things. So shout out to Carib Lingo, because it's almost like he sat back and he said, what does my people need? And he came forward, and he came forward with a purpose. Because when I saw that shirt, he had it on a hanger, and when I saw Brought Up See, it like instantly, like, my life flashed right there. And I just thought of my grandmother and all the times she would say, all the children have no brought up see. And I was like, but wait now, but you raising us, you could tell me we don't have brought up see, so you doing something wrong.
And you know, for a long time, I thought that was a real word. I didn't know till I was about like 16, 17 that wasn't a real word, because it was just so common for me.
It's very common.
That word was used at least once a day. So I didn't know that wasn't a real word. So I said it one day, and my friend was like, she was Hispanic. She said, what's brought up see? And I'm like, brought up see? Like manners?
Yeah.
The way you were raised, home training? And she's like, it's not a word, babe. And I'm like, I had to go Google it. That's how I went home.
Really? Wow.
Because, it was back then.
But Caribbean people have their own little dictionaries and stuff.
Man,
we have our own
like
stuff.
brought up see, and I'm like, mind blown. It's not a word. I'm like, wow, this is not a word.
But it's a word for us.
Yeah. But yeah.
It keeps us connected, and even in memory, because like I have the shirt and I love it. I love that everything he's doing, he's bringing it to life for Caribbean people, and the slangs and things that we say amongst ourselves that we don't even put we have such a rich culture.
Yeah, it is.
We have such a rich dialect, and we have such a rich everything that we don't even realize it sometimes until you see it and you're like, whoa.
But if you think about it though, when you look at countries like Canada, you look at countries like, England, a lot of their overall urban demeanor is heavily influenced by Caribbean culture.
Of course.
Their slang, their music, everything. Look at Drake. Yeah. Number one, Drake.
Yeah.
That man is not no Caribbean background, but because of the way he was raised in Toronto, shout out to the Six, that's where he came across that type of influence.
Yeah.
And
it's all over his music.
Ran with it. And I mean, he gives us props, which I respect.
Yeah.
He gives us props for that. But, when you look at that, it's like, wow, we really influence a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice to see our Afrobeats artists and our, soca and dancehall artists, they're all really collaborating. It's really fusing a lot of us together. It's nice. It's beautiful.
It's very nice. It's a great time to be Caribbean.
It is.
It really is. West Indian is a great time to be West Indian, period. Yeah. That's exclamation right there.
Girl, I'm with my grandmother now. She says, where's his family from?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. See how we just
Girl, I hesitated for a second. I had the phone right here, and I looked at him, and I said, Haiti.
Oh.
I didn't hear what you said. Where's his family from? Haiti. 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 You see all that Obi that they're doing, that's why that country mash up like that. I said, Grandma, you cannot, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm sitting there, I'm like, babe, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He was like, look, I don't even care. It doesn't even bother me. Because also, coming from the era that I came from, there was a large stigma behind being Haitian. It was a lot of stereotyping. I grew up in New York, and I grew up in New York in that 90s, 2000s. That was most of my life. I grew up in that era, and a lot of times I didn't even know my friends were Haitian because they did their very best to hide that.
Wow.
To say that you were Haitian, it was automatically subjecting yourself to a lot of prejudice, a lot of, name calling.
So to avoid it,
Yeah, they used to say things, and I remember this clear as day. Oh, they eat cat. Oh, they do voodoo.
My gosh.
Oh, all these crazy things. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And now that I'm older, those same people, I'm seeing them post Haitian flags, this and that. I'm like, you're Haitian?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But that's
Yeah,
a
it's a
strong
different-
country.
Yeah.
Very strong, very resilient country, and shout out to them.
Yeah, for real.
We as a people, Caribbean-wise, we have to do better in supporting our Haitian brothers and sisters too. I will say that.
Agreed.
We have to do better.
And it shouldn't take a disaster
Oh, of course.
for people to come together and realize that, you know, like, we're all one. We're all one. Like,
They're going through-
people forget that ship went and it just made a turn.
It's a drop-off port. That's
it was
all
a
it is.
drop off, and everybody came off, and
When they
we're
say,
all
like,
a product
even
of.
with Guyana and Trinidad, we're not the same. It's a drop-off port.
Yes.
It's a drop-off port. If you look at our last names, people look at me, they don't know if I'm Guyanese or Trini.
Agreed. I could see that. Yeah.
They don't know, and that
I've
just
had
goes
people
to
ask me
show.
if I was Guyanese, and I was like, no, I'm from Trinidad.
And that goes to show that we are so much more alike than we're different.
Yeah.
So much more alike than we're different. But when it comes to those Haitian people, man, they go through natural disasters, lack of government, genocide, poverty, famine.
Yeah.
And they still somehow find humanity in each other. That's
We
amazing.
can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from each other. You know, I remember growing up in Trinidad, and the best roti makers was Guyanese, hands down. Hands down.
Thanks.
There was a lady, Miss Elsie, and I mean, I left Trinidad when I was 12, but I know every Sunday it was a beach line.
Yeah.
And we used to get a roti, and she used to put a roti in a flour bag. I see Chief. Chief was the brand. She used to put the roti in a towel and stuff in there, and the best roti ever, ever, ever. And as I got older, moved to New York, best roti makers, Guyanese. Went to high school, Brong Betty, Liberty Avenue.
Betty,
Best
yes.
roti. And no shade to, you know, the other roti shops that was on Liberty.
Yeah.
But it was just something, let's walk up a little couple more blocks to 128, 129th Street. Because all the other roti shops was like 121, 122nd, 123rd Street, Liberty Avenue.
going towards like Lefferts and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, they were all down there.
Brown Betty was further up.
That was up near like the Van Wyck.
Yes.
It was on the other
Even
side.
Sybil's. Don't
Yeah.
play with Sybil's. So I'm saying, like, you know, we like to criticize each other. Who have better? Let's give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
I will say it as a Trinidadian, Guyanese people make the best roti, hands down.
And I will say, to piggyback off of that, I will eat Jamaican curry and roti, but the only set of people that I thoroughly, wholeheartedly trust, like with my eyes closed, I will say, yeah, make me a curry and roti. Besides Guyanese people, is Trini people.
I think the curries are very similar, and you can't touch Guyanese chow mein. Come on now.
Yeah, that I will say. We tech chow mein.
Oh yeah, hands down.
We tech chow mein.
Well, they take all the chow mein, everything in it too.
And I love pilau. I love pilau. Yo, and even with cook up, I like it a little wet because
Me too.
I like that pilau
Yes.
kind of like,
Yes.
you know, that texture.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm funny with pilau because I don't feel like everybody could make it.
No.
And like my stepdad, when he makes it, he does make it kind of a little watery because eventually it's going to dry up more.
And you need to have the right
Yes.
type of meat in it,
Yes.
the right additions.
Yes.
For me, and even with like Guyanese cook up and even with pilau, I like a little okra in it.
Oh, okay.
I love stuff like that. So I need to see that in there. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of people that I come across that do that, but when I see it, I'm like, you know what you're doing. You know what you're
Well,
doing.
you know, people are different because Trinidad have a lot of like Indians and a lot of like blacks and stuff. So they make, I know, even like mixed people in
varies.
Trinidad, they make it very, very different.
Yeah.
Like I could tell an Indian pilau, like somebody who's Indian make a pilau versus somebody like my grandmother made is completely different. Like even her curry. I used to be like, what kind of curry? You stay off the curry lane, please. Let's just stick to pilau.
I love my grandmother, but confession time. I ain't like shikari. I don't care for it.
No, I mean it happens like
It's a little watery.
it
It's
happens.
okay. But my mom
I will
used to
tell
do
you
curry.
what though, my grandmother made the best. And when I say my grandmother, I have two. One passed away already. God rest her soul. She wasn't very nice to us, but it is what it is. But my grandmother, who's still alive right now, she makes the best callaloo. Have always made the best callaloo to the point that I know how to make the best callaloo, and I will challenge anybody in a callaloo competition.
You win.
I'm putting that
I
out
don't
there.
want no smoke. She win. I don't make callaloo.
Listen, my callaloo is to the point I feel like I could be bottled and sold. That's a whole other.
No, see, she win. I do things like bara and pulao, everything where you could just drop, fry, leave it alone.
I'm
pull
not
it
a
out.
good flour person. No, I
you
can't
go.
do good flour stuff. I can make bake, but I'm not.
see.
Somebody messaged me like, you can make roti. No, I don't know.
Roti
No.
is a tedious job.
It
It's
is.
very time consuming and it's messy. You have to love the art of making roti
Yes.
and genuinely want to do it for it to,
Yes.
come out good.
So shout out to all the roti makers because without you, we wouldn't have a good wrap roti
Yes.
or any kind of roti because right about now, people need good roti makers. Restaurants, and I
Yeah.
could call a few that need some good roti makers. I'm sick of the damn
Yeah.
end, tick, tick, tick. The dal and reach to the end is like halfway in the middle.
And you chew it for days. You just you got more flour in your mouth than you got meat. Like it's you know. Shout out to Caribbean Roti Shop in McDonough, Georgia. If you guys are in that vicinity, it is 140 Willow Lane is the address. The fact that I know that off the top of my head,
know the address.
that just goes to show I am there.
You living there?
Girl, and this is how I know it's good. You know, when you got parents that live at home and they cook for you, like I got Joan. Joan is at home with me. And my mom, some days, she'll say to me, you want to go and buy food from them people? Mm-hmm. For Caribbean parents to ask you to go and buy food from somebody.
You know it's good. You know it's good. You know it's good.
Because how dare you bring outside food?
Of course. That's such a disrespect.
How
I'm
dare
so glad
you
you said that.
And not just any kind of food. Not like French fries and fried chicken. No, like curry, chow mein, roti. Yeah.
Food that I could cook, right.
And I go there and I'm like, I need a tray of black pudding. I need chicken foot. I need oxtail. Let me get goats. I can take chicken.
I need to make a trip. I'm going to make a trip and come meet you there.
It's consistent. They're very consistent. Chef Lou, Miss Teresa, Nikita, which is their daughter. They're such sweet people. You could tell it's very much family oriented.
Okay.
They do it, and it's clean. You ain't see no nasty ragline, no wrong, no flies.
Because you know Caribbean people like to reuse
you walk in,
the same
you smell
cloth.
fabuloso and Jira.
Oh, God, her.
Yes, that's exactly what it smells like. I was okay. This is not bad. I can do this.
I can do that. Okay.
You know, but they are amazing and they're very hospitable. So shout out to them. If you are in that area, go check them out.
And if you're not in the area, make the trip.
Make the trip. Make the trip. It's worth it. I promise. And they don't skimp on the portion sizes.
Okay.
So that's also a plus.
Well, while we're talking about food, since we on the food topic, if ever you need good sauces, I'm talking about garlic sauce. If you need green seasoning, and when I say green seasoning, I'm not talking about the watered down one from Grace in the farmer's market that does nothing for your food. I'm talking about like real potent green seasoning with bandana, with parsley,
like
with cilantro, with pepper, with thyme, with all of the above. And it's so potent that you could just put a little spoon on it. You could season everything.
Yes.
Besides the sauce that she got from watermelon sauce. You ever heard of watermelon hot sauce?
No.
Right, imagine that. Mango hot sauce, lime hot sauce. The woman that's making all kind of sauce. Right here. Y'all gotta check her out. This is our girl, Island Girl Cuisine. Take a pic, write a picture. What is the thing from Friday? Take a picture, write it down. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Right here. Y'all need to check her out. This is it. Anything you need. Also, she caters. Real good food. Very, very great flavoring. It's not overly powering like a lot of Caribbean food that a lot of people can't handle.
Yes.
It's the right dose of everything you need. So shout out to Caribbean Gal, Island Gal Cuisine. See, look, y'all, it's about Caribbean. You see? Island Gal Cuisine. Thank you you so much for the sauces.
Yes.
Y'all check her out. I'm gonna put all this information on the video with the IGs, where to find people, between Rum Punch, between Raw and Cariblingo, and between Island Girl and between your roti shop.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of great resources. And like you said, Atlanta is booming.
We are. Y'all
it is
touch
on the
us.
come
Y'all
up.
can't touch
a
us.
lot of my friends from back home, they call me, yo, how's it in Atlanta?
Y'all better come on.
The first year I got here, I'm not going to lie to you, I hated it.
Oh, gosh.
I hated it. There was nothing that I liked about it. And even I'm still acclimating. But as I'm finding my own crowd and my own people, it's becoming better.
Oh, you're going to come hang out with me, because let me tell you something. I'm in all the crowds. And everything you need you need Carnival, you need Powder Fete, you need Army Fete, you need Daybreak, you need Rum Punch, you need Cooler Fete. Every single thing that happens in the Caribbean happens here.
Y'all heard.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, like, and we're going to figure it out.
We're going to do that.
Let me ask you, because, we will get carried away talking forever, because that's what we do. Mm-hmm. So you talk about your, grandma and, hubs and, Haitian people, blah, blah, blah. Like this, where you're from, whatever. So let's fast forward now.
Okay.
So you get married. Mm-hmm. You have your little one. And now you start a life together.
Yep.
When you start your life together, how does that look? What does that look like? Because I do remember, you did tell me before that tragedy had struck. Yeah. Like, your house had burned down.
We lost a child. Our house had burnt down. I had lost my job. It was a lot of things that really happened within that 9 months with my first pregnancy.
Wow.
And I look back and again, I know this sounds really strange to say, but I wouldn't do it differently.
Wow.
Everything happens for a reason, and that was to show me to, one, be humble.
Because you never know.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient. You know, out of that pregnancy, I was supposed to have twins. I still had one healthy child. The house burnt down. We bought a bigger one. You know, the job that I got a better job that was paying me more. So I just had to be patient, and I had to learn. That was God's way of showing me, like, yo, just chill out for a second.
I got you. Yeah.
I got you. And if this is what it took for me to chill out, then I had to.
I feel like God likes to do that sometimes to.
Oh no, but he's good though. He's good.
No, he's great. He's great. Trust me. Yeah, man, that's my G right there. Trust me, he knows. Let me tell you something. My conversation with God is very, very like, that's my homie. Like, yo, listen. Thank you for everything. But for real, I'm gonna need you to just
like, yo, what's
call
up?
us faster. I know that the request line is long, the list is long, but could you give me a little VIP treatment? Can we bypass like a couple people on the list? I need XYZ. But listen, I'm very like, I'm not religious. I do feel like I'm very, very spiritual. I got into meditation. I do a lot of meditation. I listen to shout out to Maverick City Music. I know y'all are probably not gonna watch this because it's called Bet You Lucky. But let me tell you something. A lot of people didn't catch it because of y'all. Because I listen to my Maverick City Music every single day. And I love gospel music. So I start my day with gospel music. I end my day with gospel music. Before I get dressed to go anywhere where my foot hits that pedal, I am listening to my gospel music. I could be listening to my gospel music and then I get any kind of like, back it up.
It's so funny you say that. This just took me back to a time. My grandmother, she had scolded me and my cousins one day. She came up to visit. We were all in Florida, and my cousin at that time, it was like 2010 or 2011, I believe. And my cousin is in his room. He is blasting Vibes Cartel out of his speakers. Like, he's got a system. He's blasting it. Here comes my grandmother. Y'all young people do not know uplifting music and sentimental music.
Oh, Lord.
Turn this off. One set of gun tune and brap, brap, brap. And I'm like, who let her out the room? What is going on? What happened to Vibes Cartel? You don't like Vibes Cartel? No, it's not that I don't like the man. I do like, she told me she likes some of the songs. My grandmother's hip. I've never seen her with gray hair, ever. Okay? But she's still hip. So she'll listen to a lot of like the new soca, the new chutney. She knows more songs than I do now.
I'm sure she hip. Yeah.
Oh, did you see what's his name? Bacardi sing? Did you see Tony Cuts has a new? I'm like, who? Right. What? How you know about these people? What?
She on social media secretly.
Yeah, listen, she got a Facebook. She be changing her WhatsApp status.
Okay.
Yeah, she sends me pictures and then she'll call me at like 6 o'clock in the morning and ask me what I'm still doing in bed.
Oh gosh, no.
So when she comes to visit me, I'm like, oh my God, let me wake up.
You're gonna be up early.
Oh,
Sleeping is for the dead.
Yeah, no, well, I say to her now because I said, what time do you wake up? She goes, 5 o'clock. I said, okay, well, your husband passed away and none of your kids live with you. What are you doing up at 5? She
It's
said,
habit, man.
I'm cleaning. I said, you're haunted. Go and lay down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, people who are used to get up that early, that's it for them. They'll never go back to sleeping late. I tried that 5 a.m. club, you know, one time they talk about the success thing. 5 a.m. club. I said, listen, I'm still successful, but I will be rolling out of my bed about 7:30.
Listen.
Do not ask me to join no 5 a.m. challenge. I'm so sorry. I have even tried one day to say, you know what, I'm going to try to make it to the gym. No. I will go to the gym at night. I'm a night owl.
That's me.
I've always been a night owl.
I'm my most productive self at night.
Let me be. Please. Yep. I don't want to hear that jargon about, 5 a.m. success club. No. I am in the 10 p.m. success.
Okay, listen.
Success club.
I am my most productive and willing self
at night. Thank you.
Even if I'm up at 5 or 7 or
I'm
8,
no good.
I'm not willing to do it. I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
I'm not good to anybody, not even myself.
People know, like my family knows when I wake up, don't talk to me. That's what I got that frozen chicken, the whole frozen chicken thrown at my head for. I woke up and I didn't even say, I walked into the kitchen and my grandmother is in there. I didn't see the chicken in there. I didn't see it. Boy. She had just put it in the sink to thaw out. And I walked in the kitchen and my grandmother, she side-eyes me and she goes, you're not going to say good morning?
Ooh.
And I said, and this is where I got brave. I was a very
Feisty, lippy,
yeah,
rude,
feisty, cheeky.
one good box.
That was me, and I'm still that person. But like now, they
It's
appreciate
different.
it more.
Yeah.
So she says to me, "You're not gonna say good morning," and I said, "Man, I said good morning yesterday morning. Why you gotta say it again this morning for?"
Ooh.
Yo, when I tell you that whole chicken came flying at my head, that thing missed my head by an oomph. Like I felt the cold breeze because it was so frozen. I felt that breeze, how cold it was, go by my head.
Oh gosh. But you learn
I would have been dead.
But you learn your lesson.
Yes.
Now you know to say good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I get vexed when she don't say it. She'll walk when my grandmother comes. See, this is how the tables turn. When my grandmother comes to my house and she'll say, first of all, she'll call everybody. Oh, Nikki, have a nice house. Oh, yes.
Oh, they like to give a report. Eh?
Yes. Oh, she has to England, to Canada, to Guyana, she got family in Venezuela, Barbados, all over. Yeah. Oh, if you see, you should clean the blinds and she's cooking now before she go to work because the children have to eat. So she's gonna be at work all day till night time. Yes. So when she comes, it actually makes me feel really good. Yeah. She eats from me.
Okay.
For an older Caribbean person to eat from you, that's a big deal.
Yes. Caribbean people are very, for those who don't know, we are very,
she ain't told me I need
salt and very, 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 very careful with what we eat, who we eat from. We believe that people could pass bad energy in your food. Yes. Yes. We don't eat from any and everybody.
If my spirit don't text somebody, it's not offensive. It's just I can't. My spirit just don't text. And when I say, what spirit?
Don't worry about it. It's too much
no, I'm not eating from you, you know? But she'll eat from me and then she'll ask for seconds and I'm like, oh wow, okay.
You could cook, yeah.
Okay.
That's what hanging out at that roti shop does, huh? You was hanging out in the kitchen.
She wants me to make things like salmon and she wants angel hair pasta. I said, yeah, well, little chow mein. Pretend it's angel hair. It's chow mein. What do you mean?
Can't take y'all guys. These people nowhere.
Nowhere. No, but I still have brought up C. I'm gonna still behave like I have brought up C at some point, even if not right there in that moment. I'm going to end the night with brought up C.
So you grew up in Guyana.
Yeah.
A good part of your life, chunk of your life. Actually, the more important years that, I don't want to say shape us because we're shaped at a very young age, but I feel like every year is a shaping. I know people have like this thing like, oh, well, kids and people are shaped at 6, 7 years old. And we're like, yeah, but we're shaping our whole life.
We grow. I grow every 3 years. And this is me personally. It's not a year and it's not every 5 years. Every 3 years, I'm a new me. I'm not the person I was at 20, and I wasn't the person that I was at 23. And all of those people are different people.
Okay.
You know, so for me, it's like every 3 years, I find out who I am in this chapter of my life. Yeah. You know, and I come to terms with that. So now that I've hit 30 newly, I'm in the 30s club, y'all.
Okay.
Hey. Nothing different for the 20s, just so y'all know.
When you get to 40, it's a little different. But
that's all. It's just responsibilities, and your knees may hurt a little bit more now. You can be Megan Thee Stallion or whatever. You can't do that.
I can't do stallion or pony. I can't do any of the above. Go ahead.
I can't 6 torta and don't look back. You can get a 2 torta out to me, and that's it.
You're not even going to get 1 o'clock out of me.
12 torta, I stand up straight.
I'm not even that I could only stand up straight, like 2 hands on 12. That's me. Or 6 o'clock. I could 6
when
o'clock.
When I heard that song said 6 torta and don't look back. And I remember like 6 torta. But my head, yes, I could turn to the side, but initially I'm gonna have to look. What is this man saying?
Yes. I remember one of your videos. You definitely was like, what? Let me actually bring this to life. Like, let me try this. Let me try to do this whole 6:30 and don't look back. And I'm like, I remember you trying to do that. And I'm like,
and they said, well, turn your head to the side. I said, no, the man didn't say put your head to the side. The man said 6 torta and don't look back.
So you was looking forward.
And I was trying to pick my head. I said, no. Y'all gonna broke up me back with this. I can't do this.
Oh,
That's for the young girls. If you was a young girl, 6 torta, do it before you hit torta.
Do before you hit 40.
Please.
Because it's done at that point. I can't be 40 something in the club doing 6:30 and don't look back. I'm like,
and if you do, shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Give me 12 o'clock. I could do 12 o'clock and don't look back, and I could do 6 o'clock and don't look back. Because I'm standing up straight. Anything for me is going to be straight down or straight up.
See, I like dances that require me to stand up. Like, I could willy bounce. I could do that. I willy bounce. I could stir fry. I could do a little stir fry. But things that require me to do I am not a pretzel. Girl, look.
I can't do it either.
I is not plot bread, though, where you could just
Yeah.
No, that's not me. No.
I understand.
But yeah.
I understand, and
when I was in Guyana, though, listen, Guyana was the best and the worst time of my life at the same time, collectively.
Really?
At the same time.
Do you feel like growing up in Guyana now that so you're doing comedy, because you're doing comedy, you know, you bring a lot of laughter to people. Thanks. Whether you want to admit it or not. No, sometimes people don't realize the gift that they have because it's so natural. So you just do it. You know what I mean? You're just like, 6:30, don't look back. But somebody looked on there and they was having a real shitty day and they're like, this girl. Yeah. I can't with her, but I love her shit.
You know what's
girl,
so crazy?
LOL.
There was 2 people that messaged me, and I don't remember their names off the top of my head, but I remember 2 specific DMs that I had gotten within the past 2 months. And both of these people had lost their parents, and their parents were of Caribbean descent. And they reached out to me to let me know that they love my videos and that it reminds them of their parents. And whenever they miss their parents, they go to my page and they just watch the videos. And honestly, I'm a mush, in case y'all didn't know.
I am too.
I seem very big. I'm a Taurus. I'm a gentle giant. 4'9", but still a gentle giant. But I'm a mush. So I read that and I started to tear up because, that kind of puts thoughts in your head. It's like, oh my God, like my parents, what am I going to do? But it's really nice to know that, I started doing this just because. Yeah. And this is me also in everyday life, like day to day. People who work with me, people who know me, they know that I'm like this all the time.
The world just gets to see it.
All the time, right. And now I just choose to exhibit that. And people now, they're seeing that. And I didn't realize, I guess, the way that I'm touching people and stuff like that. And it was really nice. It made me cry.
Yeah, it should.
I had a big bottle. I cry, take off the eyelash. And I make sun, I do a little thing, and I
bask in it because, it's real, and right now, like the way the world is and just people, like mental space is not stable. People are losing their shit. People are not happy. People are miserable. People are angry. There's just so much of that. And then in a moment, you can just, oh my God, this is funny. And people go right back to it. But even in that moment, if you could take somebody away from their troubles in 10 seconds, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
And the internet is such a very interesting place.
I'm sure.
I was talking about this the other day where, especially with social media, if you do not have thick skin, and hear me out, if you do not have thick skin, please stay off the internet. If you are not right mentally, if you don't have good mental health, get off the internet. Get off the internet. Yeah. Let me tell you, I read my comments.
You brave.
Y'all don't feel I don't read the comments. I just read the comments.
So don't say no stupidness in she comments is what she trying to say.
And people do say things, and some things I'm like, whatever, like, oh, you miserable or whatever. Like,
good for you. Good for you.
Because you know what it is? Some of these people are going to be who they are at
regardless.
Regardless of me, regardless of the internet, that's just going to be who they are, and they need to figure that out. And I pray that they figure it out. But there are those 1 and 2 comments that I'm like, I got time today. You know how they say God gonna make an example out to me if I do something bad? Yeah. I gonna make an example out to you. Don't come on my page with strippiness, please. Please.
Y'all heard that? Don't come on her page with strippiness.
Please.
Meaning, don't come with the fuckery. Like, don't come and write no strippiness.
When I see things like, this is the one, these comments always get me. The ones that say, oh, this was not funny, or I didn't find this. Okay, so scroll.
Right. What the hell?
Keep doing this until you find something.
You take 3 seconds to tell me that you don't think it's funny when you could have just leave the page. People are miserable.
Like, I don't make content for you, but everybody else here seemed to relate, seemed to laugh, and we had a good time. And if you didn't, then find something else that you relate to, and that's okay.
Yes.
But
so all the trolls.
Social media is wild.
Please, get a life. Get a life, please. It's not. Life is too short to be trolling anybody.
I told a lady the other day, and I don't even feel bad about it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't feel bad. It actually felt really good to say. I told her.
What you tell a woman, Nikki?
I told her, go to the bathroom and rub it out and come back, and she might feel better.
Oh Lord.
You're missing something in your life.
In other words, go and get off. Get yourself off.
Yeah, get one off. It's
backed up. You're miserable. You're sexually frustrated. Yes. And come back. See, let me break it down for you.
Yeah, understand the idea. You should know the thing. You should know the thing.
I know exactly what she's saying. Because there's a lot of people like that.
But no, you need to, not even trying to be funny for real. Like, even if you don't gotta do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might feel better.
Find something that works for you. To keep you